Morning, it's 15th of May, so it's just gone 6:30. Just got a bit of cattle to feed. These three little heifers, we've decided instead of putting them out to grass, we're going to finish them. But we stalled them the other day, gave them too much barley and we made them really badly, so we're just trying to encourage them back, get their appetites back by giving them a bit of molasses with their barley. But yeah, they didn't hardly eat anything for 2 days, and they were shit through eye of a needle, and yeah, they were real badly, but they're right now. So there are less ones in that yard. I think there's a dozen at other farm. I think there's one. I think it's 6 or 7 in here. Just the plainer stuff, you know, the dregs sort of thing. So what's that all about? I think these are going, I don't think this Monday, I think Monday after we'll just clean out, and then we can clean all the yards out. And well, that's it. Fat cattle all go, and then the process begins again. You know, next back end when we bring them in. We've had a real good do out of cattle, and beef price has been really, really good, you know. And weights have been good and all, have weighed well this year, and we didn't do nothing fancy. We usually get a mill and mix man in to mix a fancy grub with a bit of molasses, a bit more appetising, and we've used the same concentrates and used our own mill, and I don't think there's been any difference in results, to be honest. So we've saved, yeah, it isn't a lot what we're paying, but you know, no different whatsoever. It's all busy on the road this morning. I've seen one of Chris's maize drills go out about 6:30, and that big Agrifax sprayer, he was braying that way. Where he's been or gone, I don't know. I didn't recognise him, and a Frazier bugger going that way. So everybody's trying to beat the rain, because I think by 10 o'clock it'll be quite showery here, and then it's showery for all next week really, it says. You know, it's like squally showers. Not a lot of rain, but you know, it's not settled at all. So right, I'll have a quick walk round pigs, and then I've got a hectare of coriander to spray, what Ollie drilled yesterday. So yeah, it might be a bit different on here, this freshly ploughed stuff, but it's really slow growing this time though. They reckon they've had wrong seed, but I think it's just cold nights. I mean, it's held everything back, hasn't it? You know, like grass and corn's only just, you know, wheat and barley's only just started to sort of force itself forward. But yeah. So right, I'll have a quick walk round pigs, and then I've got a hectare of coriander to spray, what Ollie drilled yesterday. So now there's something, but it doesn't matter to me if it's going to rain, because it's a pre-em chemical we're pouring on. So I mean, it's beneficial for a rain, to be honest. So, but it's only a hectare. How I'll play that, I'll put twice the water in and spray it twice, you see. So, you know, because if you put the exact amount of water in, 150 litres for a hectare, you're very likely to run short, you know. So I'm going to, I put probably 3 times the volume of water, same amount of chemical like, and spray it twice, and then if I've got a bit left, just blast off it. So yeah, got out pigs. Basically today all I'll do is just walk through them twice. All hoppers are filled up, and they're right enough. They've turned out, now they've settled in, they're a real good batch of pigs. So yeah, just walk through and make sure there's nothing to inject her out. Yeah, they're real placid. They don't fight. There's no fight, you know. They seem, because you get some real, you know, there's all sorts of different types of breeds. Well, it's not breeds, it's genetics nowadays. You know, because I don't know, there could be 2 or 3 breeds of pigs to make these up, but it's all about genetics, and some are more aggressive, like people. Some people are more aggressive than others. So there's me 6 pen. I've got 3 polar pigs in here. They're doing all right. Actually, they're coming. So you usually can hear this. There's something wrong. You know, if there's one being bullied or like that, you can usually hear as soon as you come out to house. We didn't get much done to the shed. You plan doing this and doing that, but it just didn't materialise. Excuse me, I'm full of cold. But we got a bit of chalking. I mean, I'm gonna hopefully get a roller next week. We just seem to make jobs, you know. It's never ending, you know. And like, our lads don't want to work after 5 o'clock at this time of year. They do enough in harvest, so you know, I don't expect them to. I mean, I like to be finished for 5 at this time of year. I mean, harvest, I'll work whenever, you know. But I like to do, in harvest and drilling time, I do early. I'd rather be working at 4 o'clock at home for 6 o'clock. And then they can work till 10 o'clock when they've started from 8 o'clock. That's how I work, but it doesn't always materialise like that. Sometimes I'm going in at 10 o'clock after starting at 4 o'clock. But just having a look at this, the first batch of coriander we drilled, and the cold has really kept it back, which this fleece proves. I mean, this fleece is blown off, and you see the difference between that, you know, them struggling plants, them little struggling plants, to what's been under fleece, where they should be harvesting this like. I don't know why they aren't. But in fact, I think they should have fleeced a bit more, but they had a bad luck with fleece. They put it all on behind, they put it all out and then shovel soil around edges like this. And there's some gale force winds and it blew off. It was all bloody rolled up, and now it's a right mess. So they did it again, and then it did it again. So they've had a bit of bad luck with their fleece. But it just proves, doesn't it? You know, the difference, like. It hasn't come very well though. Very, very disappointed. I think we drilled it too early myself, but I was under the instruction of him. Put it X depth, X amount of seed, and I don't know. It's gonna struggle. It is shifting now, but really slow. So right, while we're here, we'll have a look at this rape. There's pods right to the bottom. Can't go too far into it because I'll get pissed wet through, but see, look. All them flowers are pods, you see. See, as the flowers drop off, produces pods. And if you look down the plant, whether they're, right, there's new growth there. New growth there, whether that'll get a chance to make pods, but these will. So pods are right depth, you know, 18 inch, 2 foot into canopy, because it isn't too thick, you see. If it's too thick, sunlight can't get in, so it only produces pods on the top canopy. But this is our next problem. As the flowers drop off, they drop in these little crevices there, like that, and they can cause a disease. I think it's called Speratinia. 100% there, so don't take that as gospel. We can treat it, but apparently there's a chart what these agronomists look at, and there's regions up and down the country, and they read weather, moisture, humidity, rainfall, all that stuff, and it tells you on this chart how vulnerable the crop is, or the area is. Well, the crop in the area. So, but yeah, I'm really pleased. Really pleased. I tell you what, we don't favour early drilling. We drill when the conditions are right. Yeah, you can't always get it right, but like we drilled this when it was forecast 3 or 4 showery days, and it was out within 3 days. So, you know, and it seemed to grow away, and flea beetle, I think, aren't as active later on. We were into September, like 2nd week in September. And flea beetle, I don't think, is as active at that time of year. Look at that fucking plastic. Sorry for swearing. Why is it? That's a totally different plant. That must be a different variety. And I would say that's not as good variety. It ain't got as much pod on. They're a very strong plant. Someone told me you can eat these flowers, and we did it once. Actually, these are a bit far gone. But see that one here? There, you get them. Get such as them. Put them in a bit of cooking oil. Put them on your barbecue. And tell you what, very, very tasty. Like a sweet broccoli. Knock the beetles off them first though. Yeah, chuffed to bits, Sam. Yeah, there's some bits down. There's some bits down side, and some bits down yon end what are gonna knock our yield down. But if it was all like this, Christ, you would hope for, I don't know, well over 1.5 tons anyway. And I think it'll be by harvest. It'll be £450 a ton. And with your oil bonuses, it's gonna pull you 500 quid a ton, innit? So yeah, it could be we're gonna grow more next year. We've got 45 this year. I think we're gonna have 75, maybe 80 next year. You know, because we're fairly, well, seems to be fairly successful. We can do it, like, and everybody's giving up. And so we'll see. Right, we'll get a few jobs done. Put some slug pellets on a few patches of barley yesterday. Bloody didn't realise, you know, this new drill, this mowers, the slugs have found the troughs, bottom of the troughs, and they're just grazing it down. Made a right mess before we realised, actually. But so there'll be some heavy patches, but very, very bare. Oh, I think I've got Groda. Just come down fields. It's 6 o'clock Sunday morning. Look at that deer. Can you see that deer? I mean, nature's totally at peace on a morning like this. You see it there? It's not bothered that I'm here. I'm just investigating this slug damage, and it's only patchy, but if you just look, I've just dug that trough out, and one there, slug there, in a patch like that, you know, 2 foot long, there's 4 slugs, and there's no grain left neither. And we should have seen it because they've stripped, that's the evidence, they've stripped them leaves. But what they've damaged more is by going down that trough. You know, there must have been a void there, a hollow, and they've sort of found their way and found seed and hollowed the seed out. So yeah, pretty bad really. But I put some slug pellets on yesterday. You see there, slug pellets. See them? I give it on. I put it at half rate, and then because it's going to rain. Well, we said it rained yesterday, but we didn't get much. I think we're more likely to get some rain today, and they soon dissolve in rain. You see, they're a lot more durable than they used to be. These new pellets, but and then I'll do it when it settles down again. I'll probably do it again midweek and give them a double whammy hammering. But only patches. Only do these heavy patches. So 70% of the field's good, 30% is damaged. So I'll just do that 30% a couple of times and then hope for best. But really I should have done it a fortnight ago, but when you're doing other stuff you sort of lose track of what's going on in, you know. But anyway, not to worry. So we don't use, we use a, oh, I can't remember what it's called. It's a little bit more environmentally friendly pellet now, because the metaldehyde ones still on the market and still being used, but you know, they are, I don't know, it's bad stuff for watercourses, and there is evidence that it is in watercourses. So you know, you just try and do your bit. Like, it is evidence though here. We did 2 strips with power, so there's 12 metres down this side where what got cultivated, and there is a difference. Cultivated land hasn't suffered with slugs as much as just the direct drill stuff. So yes, in the metaldehyde, it's ferric phosphate. Excuse me. Apparently just a bit kinder on the environment. So, but if you like these videos, thumbs up and subscribe, and trying to get to 1,000 subscribers, and then see what happens from there. But if you like them, if you tick and subscribe, you get notifications. You see, you'll get a notification when we do our next one.